Hey Phil, Kyle, good to see you again. Yeah, no, it's just the banks again. So First Republic, I managed to make 2,700 on it so far. So it looks like it might be popping again. Hang on a minute. Let me just ping across to First Republic. Hey, Farron. High of day right now is 43, so 1540 on this level. $15.30. No. So I'm USA wheel. I stream live for, an hour before the market opens. I'm eligible to trade from 2 hours before the market opens. So I started as it broke through the VWAP on the way up, so around 14.30. So it's moved about a whole dollar since I got in there, Kyle. Yeah, so that's a bit of a triple top. So that's looking a little bit weak right now. What else is moving? Edible Garden is moving. Well, I've just got to kiss. I've got green, Alistair. I just need to stay green. You know the drill. Kyle, the thing is, right, is volatility is the bastion of profits. We need volatility. That's what we're looking for. If we can get volatility underpinned by volume, ideally, if we can get volatility underpinned by volume, that's when we get the reliable breakouts. We can get volatility without the volume, and then you're prone to fake outs. So just be careful with that. So Edible Garden, whilst it's moved up, it's not really got the volume. So on holdings, again, not got the volume. Moved up on good earnings, but the volume just isn't there. The volumes, it's a quite enough morning. The banks seem to be the ones where the volume is at the moment. So back west, got a bit of volume. And that's why I do it, USA. I don't give stock picks. Read what's scrolling along the bottom. Don't give stock picks or signals. Do not trade or follow me blindly. Secondly, if I'm trading, as I will be, as I take a trade here on YouTube, there's about a 30-second delay. There's latency, so do not try and take the same trade that I'm taking, because the likelihood is I've already taken it. So do not follow anyone blindly. You will lose money if you do that. It's quite simply. Learn how to trade. Learn how to spot the setup so you can see the same setups I see. Learn how to spot the setups. Learn how to manage your risk and reward accordingly. Do not follow anyone blindly. Do not follow someone else's signals, because they may have a different risk tolerance to you. They may have a different account size to you. There are a lot of different factors that come into play. So just be careful. Yes, the US still allows TikTok for now. TikTok is still available. It's been debated. It is being debated, but my question is, how do they enforce a ban? I mean, it's kind of smacks of hypocrisy, because of basically the whole thing around TikTok and the US trying to ban it is to do with government secrets and spying and etc. etc. What they're saying is that TikTok are taking US users' private data and using it for their own purposes, whether that be nefarious or commercial. Is open for debate. However, I have a problem with them saying that, because Cortana, Google, Siri, and countless other apps, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, they're all doing it. But TikTok isn't actually listening to your conversations like Cortana and Google and Siri and what's the Amazon one? You know, so. Alexa, there you go, Alexa. So they're constantly listening to your conversations and recording your conversations. So if you're going to ban one, you've got to ban them all. I mean, it goes without saying. Yeah, so sometimes it'd be like that, Kyle. Switch that around, Kyle. The goddamn Chinese are hypocrites. They don't allow Facebook, Twitch or YouTube, yet they're profiting from TikTok. But hang on a minute. Switch that around. Is it not, if we're talking about hypocrisy, does it not stand both ways? You know, the US are profiting from Facebook, Twitch and YouTube, but they won't allow TikTok. You can't have it both ways. You know, if the Chinese are being hypocrites, that's their business. But, you know, does that mean you should be hypocrites as well? I don't know. No, of course they're not. I never said best one, Alistair. Top 3 maybe, but not the best. Smacks of whataboutism, that one, Kyle, but you know, if it makes you feel better. I mean, America's all about democracy and freedoms, and until it doesn't suit them. That's what I'm seeing. You know, as soon as it doesn't suit them, then it's like, okay, well, we'll take that freedom away. So freedom to choose. As a user, it should be my freedom to choose where I allow my data to go. So if I want to use TikTok, providing it's not got any kind of nefarious activities, I'm not committing any crimes doing so, then I should be allowed to do so. That's what living in a free country is. Now, taking your argument, China is, you know, an imperialistic dictatorship, if you will. It's not what you would class as a, and I mean the human rights record is terrible. It's not what you would class as a free country. So you can't say, okay, well they're not a free country, we're going to do the same as them because we're a free country. It doesn't work that way. No, the authoritarianism is horrendous. I mean, you know, it's terrible, Kat, you know. But what I'm saying is, you can't go around with the whataboutism as the argument. If you're going to apply a rule against one, you've got to apply it against the other. You can't say that, okay, well, they're being a dictatorial nation, we're going to behave like them because we're free and we can choose to do that. No, it doesn't. That's not how it works. If you're going to, you know, laud the benefits of freedom and democracy and the freedom of choice and the freedom of speech and all this kind of stuff, as long as it suits you, that seems to be the case. But you can't say that, okay, then, because some other country isn't allowing us, what we're going to do is we're going to take that away, and we're not going to allow people to make their own choices anymore because we're going to be apply a nanny state like they're doing and do this kind of tit for tat business. You know, you've got to take the high road. That's my opinion. Just to, you know, I'm not a politician. I'm just a fat guy on the internet. But you know, what do I know about it all? Hey Alberto, good to see you. My MAGA hat. Yeah. I mean, they allowed the right-wing extremists to take over Twitter, so, you know, go figure. Like I say, one rule for one, and another one rule for some, and another rule for others. So FRC, I've traded FRC. That's just raining sideways at the minute, around $15. Pat West is trying to make moves up. Western Alliance, yeah, it's sideways since the move up, but it's not on. They're not on. Pat West, Western Alliance, not on great volumes right now. New York City Community Bank from yesterday was the big mover, and that's not really done much at all. It's hovering around the VWAP, so. I'm just waiting now for something to rear its head, I guess. Neo, let's have a look at Neo. I've not seen it. So a few Chinese stocks are actually moving today, I believe, but no volume on Neo. It's up. It is up slightly. It's like 2% up, 1.5% up. But there's no volume. It's no range or volume, so there's no trade. There's no intraday trade there, at least before the open. I'd wait at least till the open and see what happens. So Neo, $8.90. So I remember trading Neo up at $40 going back a couple of years. So I think I bought in at like $20 and held it for a few weeks, and it went up to 40. And look, that's beside the point. That was swing trading, as opposed to day trading. Well, we're all about day trading here. This is day trade with Tony, not swing trade with Tony, not swing with Tony. I don't go in for that kind of thing. Yeah, we do it all again. I remember buying Ethereum under $3 Klaatu. But that's a different conversation. I'll get rid of that. I've topped up on on doggy stacks. Got Bloomberg on in the background for any breaking news. See the space. Hub C moving up. They're all lower price stock, lower volume. QLGN for a lower price stock. You want to take a look at this one. So this one just making moves. Collagen Therapeutics. It's a low price stock. It's a little bit lower than what I like to trade, so I won't be trading it. I'll stick to my my strategy and my filters as such. So let me just have a look why it's just decided to make a little bit of a pop. Okay, so here we go. Here's the catalyst. Collagen. Okay, so Collagen granted composition of matter patent by the US State's Patent and Trademark Office for QN 302. So they just got a patent granted. I don't know what the patent is, but that's what is the reason for the move, the pop up. And it's already higher relative volume. It's a 4 million float, 2% short. So it's an oncology investigational drug candidate. Patent for an oncology investigational drug candidate. So that could take off. This gets over $2 with some vigor. It might be of interest. Oh, Alistair, I thought you were like, triple vaccinated and quadruple boosted and everything else. Well, Ethereum now is about 1,300, I think, off the top of my bones. It's about 1,300 a coin. I wish I'd kept it. $3. $3 per Ethereum. I wish I'd kept hold of it. About 4 or 5 years ago, I think. Just goes to show. But I'm not going to get my I'm not going to get my conspiracy head on with regards to the whole COVID vaccinations. That's why I never bothered getting boosted. I got vaccinated thinking that was the end of it, and I get reminders every couple of months that I'm not boosted. I'm like, well, I'm vaccinated. What's the point of the booster? Even vaccinated, I ended up coming down with it. What's going on? Not a lot, really. Collagen's moving up on the basis they've had a oncology drug candidate patent granted. I'm saying that quickly. We've got all the banks seem to be where the majority of the volatility is. So we've got First Republic. I traded this from the VWAP here all the way up here, and a little bit of a bounce there. It's just sideways now, just over $15. That's First Republic. We've got New York Community Bank. Doesn't have the volume net this morning, so maybe that something will happen. It is up nicely. It's 7% up on the day, so looking for a continuation. Look at this on the 15 minutes. New York Community Bank, looking for a continuation from yesterday. It didn't really do a lot after the open. Most of the action yesterday with New York Community Bank was pre-market, so I managed to get some of that on both accounts. I've not traded the small account yet, so you might see that later. We've got Western Alliance slightly up on the day. Look at it on the 5. slightly up on the day, looking like 8%, so it's having a bit of a bounce. We've got Pac West, also up on the day. Pac West now making gains. The problem with a lot of these banks is there's a lack of leverage. So if you're trying to trade them with a small account, you're going to have to take much smaller size, but that's not necessarily a bad thing based on the volatility of them. So it automatic having to take smaller size with the kind of volatility that that some of these banks have exhibited over the last week and a bit, it automatically helps with your risk management. So that's just another thing I would say there. I was taking between 5 and 10, Alistair. You'll find out later when I drop the recap. I got a good dollar move out of it. Best part of a whole dollar in terms of the move. Okay, I'll have a look at alt. Ooh. Why did this one? So alt immune. Let's have a look at this. Heavy down. I thought it might be bouncing, but it looks like it's moving sideways at the moment. Slow, steady kind of climb from the depths of despair, it looks like. Altimmune shares are trading lower after the company announced results from the week 24 interim analysis of pemvidutide momentum phase 2 obesity trial and 12-week phase 1 type 2 diabetes safety trial. So basically they've had poor trial results. Oh. No, they've had good trial results, and that's why so Altimmune announced positive results from the week. So they announced positive results, which means that the share price absolutely tanked. So look at this. Go figure. Positive results. The market reacts negatively. That's what I'm saying. The market, just do not trade the news. Trade the price action. The price action is king. The market can react completely the opposite direction to whatever catalyst comes out. If you try and trade the news, you get positive, like in this case, Altimmune announced positive results from clinical trials, and you'd think, okay, positive results from clinical trials, the stock price is going to take off. No, it drops almost 50%. Go figure. You know, go figure. Oh, trade the price action, not the news. Yes, you want the news. You want to see what the news is that's underpinning the price action, but you don't want to try and anticipate the market reaction to a catalyst. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. I missed that. Morning, Captain. Yeah, so look, let's see what Ooh, choppy wood. What are you after? No, I'll turn the TV off. It's distracting. FRMC, you don't mean FRC? It is. It's taking off actually. They're all taking off. See it holding the $half there. I got the breakout from 1530, which is what I was looking for, but right, let's see what we can get with this. Looking for the break of the $0.75 here. Oh, we got it, just briefly. Well, not quite. 74 was the high. 74, that's the high of this candle. Now, 78, high of day. No breaking highs, high of day now. Certainly high of session. Let's see if we can't hold the $0.75 level. Can't put a stop in, it's pre-market. Yes, it could flush, but this it's pre-market. Okay, how can I put a stop in? Like always, first candle breaks a new low, we get it. Yeah, no worries, go for it. Tesla moving up. Back west would probably be the better choice. Got a bit of a flat top on Western Alliance. Yeah, Tesla's up today, nearly 2.5%. So it's just ranging sideways at the minute. What am I trading? So far I've traded First Republic Bank, Linda. That's all I've traded so far. Pulling back a little bit right now. And that's the thing with First Republic is the volatility is a lot bigger than it is on PacWest. Those are the two banks with the volume. Those are the two probably biggest movers with any kind of volume. PacWest and First Republic banks. So the volatility is with the banks still. Yes, Kyle. Schwab is a bank, but it's also an investment bank. So, yeah, so does NYCB. Morning, Thomas. So yesterday we traded Schwab. It's not on short sale restriction. It is easy to borrow. So yes, it's a bit more expensive, but the range is currently 13 cents. So just to put this into context right now, so Schwab's range at the moment is 13 cents. This day last week, it was about $2.30. So the average true range. That's where the volatility, how much the volatility has actually come down since last week. So we're getting the tail end of this now. New York Community Bank moved up yesterday because they're taking over some of the assets from not from one of the banks that collapsed. I want to say Silicon Valley, but it's not that one. The other one. The New York City Bank looks like it's going to move up again today. Current high of day is 926. It's at 924. So needs more volume though. So this with a bit more volume. I mean, if we go back to First Republic, just finding support again at this 1530 level that was previous resistance. Let's look at PacWest. PacWest, again, similar kind of pattern. Credit Suisse. Let's have a look at Credit Suisse. I've not looked at them this morning. They're about 90. Yeah, so they're just under $1. Credit Suisse. So Credit Suisse probably won't do much anymore as they're being acquired. But UBS, let's have a look at UBS. They did well for us yesterday. Yeah, UBS is up again, back up to $20. So they fell all the way down to kind of mid $15 range yesterday. Look at this on the 15-minute chart. You see that? When they announced the acquisition of Credit Suisse, and a forced acquisition of Credit Suisse, they fell all the way down to kind of 1546 or 1550-ish, and then just rallied the rest of the day. So I was able to get some of that. I should have traded that later in the day. It would have been I was already done by then. So no, this is where I got it. UBS. So then it's after the open, just sideways, but it's up today. So back up to $20. It was $18.75 before it announced the acquisition. So yeah, back up to the highs of last week. That's UBS Group. UBS has leverage and is shortable as well. Easy to borrow with I direct them to quite frankly, Flip Jug. If friends or family ask me, I direct them to my trading course. There's no point in me doing it personally. If they ask me for advice, then I'll give them a bit of advice. If they ask me to teach them, then I just give them free access to the course. It's that simple. And then if they've got questions after that, I'll pick it up. But there's no point me going, you know, having a dog and bark myself. I think is probably the terminology that's most fitting. If there's already facility for them to take it, if they're serious about it, then they'll take the time to learn. And that's what I say about anybody. If you're serious, you're going to take the time to learn. If you want to find a shortcut, so someone came on earlier, I can't remember who it was. Someone came on earlier and asked, let me just see who it was. Okay, so somebody came on early wanting, he'd missed the earlier trade, and it was like, find a little bit four more because he wanted to copy my trades. And I'm like, that's not what this channel's for. This channel is for education and entertainment, primarily education. It's there to help you learn how to trade, it's not there to give you signals to get in on. Quite frankly, that's not going to work. I don't care who you're following. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to you know, pump any stocks or do it. I don't want to be hit with a 2.5 million regulatory fine like a certain other guru on the interwebs for manipulating the market. Exactly why what I'm saying there is, Flip Jug, is that most people do lose money, and it's a risky proposition. Day trading's not for everybody. You know, anybody could learn how to fix a car. Categorically, anybody can learn how to fix a car. Not everybody is going to be a mechanic. It's not for everybody. Everybody could learn how to program in Perl, but not everybody's going to be a Perl programmer. So, yeah. Absolutely, Lisa. Absolutely. Good way to lose money is to copy other people. Copy trading is not good for... So, one thing I noticed, and I learned very quick, because I tried the copy trading when I first started out and lost money that way, and I'm like, hang on a minute, how am I losing money when I'm copying somebody that's profitable and their trade is profitable? And there's a whole bunch of things. No, I wouldn't recommend anybody trades like me because I'm overly aggressive with my trading. No, if people ask me money to put money on why, I'd say, okay, well, what's in it for me? Why would I put your money? Why would I trade with your money when I could trade with my own and keep all of the profits? It's why I don't go with a prop firm. I can go with a prop firm and they'll give me like 2 million to trade with, and I'll take 60% of the profits. Why would I trade with their money when I can keep 100% of my own profits? You know. Hey David, what strategies do I use? Primarily momentum strategies, Linda. I'm looking at momentum strategies. I do some scalping. I do some. It's mostly momentum strategies with pattern breakout trading as well. So yeah, they're all kind of packed west, and Western Lights are all making moves to the upside now. And that's the whole purpose of the channel there, Lisa. That's the whole purpose of the channel. If I can help you get an understanding of the market so that you can actually then practice in a simulator, learn to trade. Don't try and copy me. My results are not the normal results that you would get. I am more overly aggressive with my trading, and a lot of people don't have the appetite for risk that I do. So if you copy me, for example, if I'm going with standard share size, which would be like 5,000 shares. If I go in with 5,000 shares and you try and copy me, I've got a bigger bank balance, a bigger broker balance. I've got a bigger account balance than a lot of people will. So if I feel like I've got in too soon, and I'll add it to support level, and you're already maxed out, then I take off at a profit level that's below where I initially got in, then I'm profitable and you're still struggling, you're still holding bags. So there's all that kind of things to it as well. So just be careful. You should never trust anybody in terms of copying. I traded eToro. When I first tried to get into the markets, I looked at eToro, and they've got this copy trader facility. And you try and copy some traders that have high expectancy of gain. What you don't realize is they're not showing you the unrealized losses. So they've got trades, they might have like a 90% success rate, a 95% or 98% success rate in terms of their accuracy. But they're holding on to trades for a longer time. This is in the bull market, by the way, where it was relatively easy to make money like that. And they don't close a trade unless it makes money, so it keeps their profits high. So a lot of those copy traders the risk reward is all to cop. Just saying that. They will hold a position they will down enhance a position until it comes back to being profitable again. That works for some people, to be fair. It's not day trading, because intraday trading, they will hold a position for weeks until it comes back up and it gets a catalyst, comes back up, or they'll just not close it, and they'll be holding, they'll have bought in for, let's say, 1,000 shares at $5, and it's down at $1.50 for 6 months, and then it gets a catalyst, goes up to $5.05, and they'll cash out for 5 cents, a 5 cents profit, and then that'll hit the statistics as being a successful trade. But they've risked like $3, $4.50 to make 5 cents. It just doesn't make sense. Well, I can't exactly hide. I mean, if you saw me this day last week, was it Monday last week? No, Thursday last week, when I got hit with that secondary offering while I was trading a small account. It happens. Now, I try and be transparent that not every trade's going to go your way. It's categoric that you've got to expect losses. You can't expect to be a day trader and not lose trades. If you can get used to being wrong, then you've a chance to be successful as a trader. You've got to recognize the fact that you're going to be wrong, and you're going to be wrong probably half the time. At the moment, I'm wrong across the course of this year, across the course of last year even. I'm about a third of the time I'm wrong. So about two out of every 3 trades go in my favor. So about a third of the time, 1 in 3 trades goes against me. So I'm getting wrong. I'm wrong a third of the time, and I'm picking trades that have a statistical probability to go in my favor. So if I'm picking trades based on the characteristics I'm looking for that have a statistical probability to go in my favor, and I'm still wrong a third of the time, then I've just got to get used to it. Oh, Alistair, you're going to get me into a lot of trouble. Linda will probably be coming after you shortly. All right, where are we? So Western Alliance, I missed the breakout, but then it wasn't on great volume either. The biggest volume on Western Alliance was like 20,000 shares, so it's not exactly great volume for a big move up like that. We've got quarter of an hour left, so just under 14 minutes to the bell. We should see some volatility today. I'm looking at a few different things. We've not on holdings had good earnings today. It's moving up, but not great volume. So one to watch On holdings, 20%, 19% up on the day, but we'll see. Oh, USX, what's going on there? Lower volume, but it's just popped up. I want to see why. US Express Enterprises. That's a big move on. Okay, so USX Enterprises had a news halt and then it's just gapped up. All right, there's no trade here. I just saw it hit the top of the scanner. There is no trade. So Knight Swift Transportation Holdings have agreed to acquire US Express Enterprises for $6.15 a share. So this will go up to $6.15. It's $5.84. It might hover up and down around $6. I mean, going up to $9. Whoever bought up at $9.50, that's just ridiculous. Probably got wind of on resumption. Probably got wind of the acquisition, but didn't know the price. But yeah, Knight Swift Transport is buying US Express, so that's why that's popped up. No trade to be had there. That's just going to flatline and do nothing for the rest of the day, really. UBS, I'm watching UBS. I'm watching the rest. I'm watching the banks. So at the moment, it's the watch list is all banks, but I'd like to get away from the banks now. The volatility seems to be waning. The reliability of some of these breakouts seems to be waning, and so I'd like to get away from the banks. And I still think Schwab's a good it's a good dip buy longer term. That's my personal opinion. It's not advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not offering financial advice. If you take what I'm saying, my opinion, it's all it is. It's the opinion of a fat guy on the internet. If all you're getting is my opinion and you take it as financial advice and lose money, don't sue me. That's all it is. It's my opinion. Alistair, I'm just going back to your comment, your misogynistic comment. I'm just calling you out there so I can look better. Just going back to your comment, surely that should be, it's why women are not good traders, as they're never wrong. And I'm saying you've got to be a good trader, you've got to get used to being wrong. You know, it's, as human beings, we don't like being wrong. So it's against your kind of innate emotional rules is to accept being wrong. If you make a trade, it's easy just to kind of follow it and adjust your expectation to accommodate the trade because you don't want to be wrong, and that's the wrong attitude to take. You've got to realize that, oh, this isn't going my way, I'll cut it. And then if you cut it and it does go your way and you're no longer in it, you can't get FOMO and try and chase it. You've got to wait for the right entry again. Patience is a big thing. Ego, absolutely, Jack. You cannot have an ego with the markets. The markets will humble you real quick. Guaranteed. So there's no point having an ego. Actually, I'm going to switch over to the small account. I need to make some gains on the small account today. Let's have a look at the markets, because the markets are looking very buoyant at the moment. So the S&P 500, let's look at it on a wider time frame so you can see. I'm just kind of playing time till the bell. It's been rallying for a little while. So the S&P 500 today is up again, 0.8%. We've got the Nasdaq, a similar kind of moves up, a little bit more volatile, but 0.65. We've got the Dow Jones Industrial, which is 0.92. So we're seeing a lot more convergence of the markets. over the last couple of days, seen divergence within the markets and within the indices, and then the Russell on the back of the banking, the implied strength of the banking sector. So a lot of these banks are actually making a bit of a bounce. So the Russell index has a heavier weighting to the finance sector. So the Russell index is up quite considerably at 1.7%. So that's more than double what the S&P 500 is up today. So the market's looking quite bullish at the moment. Let's look at the S&P 500 on the daily. We're still nowhere near this swing high, so until we get over 400 on the SPY, I think we broke 4,000 on the SPX, but until we get over 400 on the SPY, I'm not going to be bullish. We're now breaking highs from this candle here, but we've got some key data points coming out. They're going to be dropped later this week. So let's see what transpires. What time frame do I use? I would say, Linda, it's time frames plural. So what I'm showing on TikTok, what you're seeing on TikTok is it will be the 1 minute. But I also use the 2 minute, slightly higher time frame, and the 5 minute for trading. And then I'll look at the 60 minute and the daily for key levels. So I'll look at the 60 minute for key support resistance levels, or supply demand zones, I think is the correct terminology nowadays. People trying to be clever by changing the terminology. It's support and resistance, supply and demand zones. Come on, give me a break. And then the daily for key levels. So as you can see here, we've got this we're kind of just breaking out of this downwards channel now as we move up and get back up above 400. Key level 400 on the SPY. Let's go back to the 1 minute. Well, Schwab, to be fair, key level was with Schwab as being $57. So I marked $57 a little while. There we go, $57 at a key level, and it finally broke through it yesterday. It broke through it, it came back down and broke it again, and then we're now up above it again. So Schwab's worth moving up, which is above the VWAP. Here we go. 5 minutes. That was the 5 minute notification from the broker. 5 minutes before the bell. Let's see what the markets have got in store for us, shall we? UBS not really moving. Let's go back to Schwab. Seems to be bucking the trend. All the banks are pulling back a little bit, with the exception of Schwab. It's in an upwards range, kind of a upwards channel. They typically an upwards channel will typically break downwards. So bear that in mind. Look at on a higher time frame. Yeah, so that eventually will break downwards. Eventually. Okay, what's that? USX is wild. Well, no, USX isn't wild, Cody. It's being acquired. So USX is getting acquired. So it's agreed to be acquired at $6.15. It's an acquisition, yeah. Lovely. USX is an acquisition. There's no trades to be had there. It's getting acquired by another logistics company. Absolutely, Calvis. If you're not interested in the banks and you know the volatility and the float size on the banks is not your cup of tea, it's not been the morning for that. So we'll see. We're probably going to get a bit more volatility at the open. We'll probably get some movement at the open. You've got floof coming off you. Come on, I'll give you one of these before the open. There you go. Eat it properly. There you go. Good girl. So we've got 2 minutes to the open. Now is not the time to be jumping on a trade because it makes a spike ahead of the open. Oh, wait for the open now. 90 seconds. If it's going to be a reliable move, it'll give you an entry after the bell. Don't succumb to FOMO. Yes, Kyle, that's been mooted for a while, but the question is how much more? They're going to offer a blanket guarantee for deposits? Where does it stop? Is there going to be a threshold? Because I think the US taxpayer is going to be a little bit miffed if they have to bail people out. They've got like $2 million in the bank, which is why they have the threshold at 250k. So if you've got $500,000 in the bank, yeah, I can understand it moving it up, maybe $1 million even. So you know, small businesses and things like that. But if you got, where does it start? That's right. We've got the FOMC meetings tomorrow, Ed. We'll get the there's the bell. Change the scanners over. Get those scanners into the regular session. Let this up. Oh, the SPY just popped up. That's been 398 on the SPY. What's the bell for, Linda? That's the opening bell. That's that's a direct replica of the New York Stock Exchange opening bell. It's to wake us all up when the market opens. You hear that if you're on the US stock exchange, you will hear that that sound. signature, that's what I was looking for earlier. The complete brain fart. Bed Bath and Beyond. I can't believe that's less than $1 now. Well, I'll wait for the opening range now. The open can be quite volatile, but let's see what transpires. All right, where's the volatility? YS halted, TROO halted. Couple of volatility halts coming in. Let's have a look at those in terms of action. Well, YS Biopharma, no, not really do that. Nope. No volume before. Credit Suisse, sell off. UBS, sideways. Okay, so we've got on holdings, had good earnings pre-market. We've now got an opening range there to play with, $27. Yeah, well, good spot, Michael. Good spot. So if I aside from the earnings, aside from the earnings, not seeing anything else. A couple of analyst ratings have come through. It's a 210 million float, so it's a larger stock than I really like to trade. 9% short. It's already got 2x volume in terms of relative volume. You might see a bit of a dip and rip in the finance sector. The banks are all selling off. Schwab's probably the one. Even the New York Community Bank for shorting, that might be an idea. They are shortable, but the other banks aren't. So PacWest, First Republic, and Western Alliance, they're not shortable. So AMD breaking highs. So the market, Nasdaq moving up, seeing some volatility at least. Nah, I can't Quest. Can't trade that, the volume's not big enough. I know what I need to do. I need to filter out the crappy volumes now that we're in the regular session. Alright, now we've got only good stuff on. What's SNV doing? Cinevus Financial. It's just gapped up at the open. No volume on it though, that's the problem, but it's just gapped up like a good 10%. It does have a catalyst, Calvis. It's had earnings this morning, as well as some analyst ratings. So this is moving. Oh, have I got leverage on this? Yeah, fine. What am I filtering? I was filtering the volume, so I don't want stocks that are just making a bit of a spike and then failing. I want stocks that have got good volume, particularly after the open. So, good relative volume, should I say, compared to what they normally trade at. Now we're getting a turnaround from the banks. This is what happened yesterday. We got a dip and rip yesterday on a few of these banks. Might get a bounce on the VWAP here with on holdings. We'll see. New York City Bank here. Is it going to make a dip and rip? Do these look like they're trying to? I suppose that's what we've got to wait for. Let's go back to on holdings. That seems to be the one that's making the moves. High $27, $26.96 and change, so $27 on holdings. We didn't quite get to the VWAP, but it did bounce at the $0.50. Higher highs, higher lows. We do like to see that. It's kind of a bullish move. Range on this, 45 cents, 45.5 cents on the average true range. Which is, in case you're wondering why that's important, that's a measure of volatility. So it's got good volatility. The spreads are like 4 cents at the minute. Between 4 and 10 cents. The ranging between 4 and 10 cents. Spreads. Just factor that into your risk as well. If you're wondering what I'm talking about there, the spread is the difference between the balance between the bid and the ask. So that's your spread. So if you buy on the ask, you're going to be selling on the bid. You're already down however much that spread is. So if it's 10 cents, it's 10 cents per share. So if you take 5,000 shares, you're down 500 before the price action actually moves. If you take 500 shares, you're down 50 before the price action. So you need to factor that into your risk as well. If you're creating a trade plan, or a plan for a trade. NVGS. Let's have a quick look at NVGS. It's not great volume, but no, it's not good volume at all. But it's making a move up. Navigator Holdings. I can't trade that. It's not enough volume. AMD keeps breaking highs though. AMD's up 2% already. Don't really have the account size yet on the small account to trade this one. Break of 27 here. So first trade on the small account. 40 cents on the ATR. So I'm looking for a retest of highs here. Current high of day is 27.33. I got in for the break of 27. And like I said, the average true range is currently 40 cents plus change. So when you factor that in, plus the spreads of approximately 10 cents, you need to be looking at a risk. You're risking at least 50 cents a share here. So we've got the VWAP, the $half, and the 20 EMA all converging at pretty much the same place. The 20 is at 49, the VWAP is at 47, and then if you've got the $half obviously at 50. Let's see how good the earnings were. I ideally want to see a retest of the highs. So the current high of days is 27.33. So I'm looking for quarter dollar ideally, or better. High of this candle got up to 27.15. That's a big upwick. Don't like those upwicks. And we did have a so this is on holdings. Why is it moving? It's moving on the back of earnings and upgrade analyst ratings. So down at the 20 EMA there now. Seems to be finding support at the $half. Might break below it, but we'll see. Looking for liquidity, clearly. You've got to be worried. These market makers are going to be swines. Where you think you're safe with your stop loss, they will move the price to that level. Liquidity hunting, stop loss hunting, to garner liquidity, and then move it in the opposite direction. That's a classic market maker tactic. So We're looking for. No, that's what we were looking for. There we go. Just locked 600 bucks in. That was more of a 2-to-1 risk in the opposite direction. But I can always get back in for the rest of it. Not a bad move, that. Yeah, there's a lot of chop there, White Calvus. I mean, even this one, I thought it was going to be moving nice and clean, and I thought, okay, once I got in, I thought, okay, I'm going to give it the the full ATR plus the range plus the spread. That's 50 cents. So it's now taking off. So a lot of chop. I'll look for another entry. There's nothing really jumping out. So this is the small account, 600 on the small account. We needed the 1100 on the small account is the goal today. So we're halfway there. Not a lot of movement at all. Nothing with any good volume. That's what I'm saying. So I mean, if you look at the scanners, last 15 minutes, there's nothing. I've got gainers and losers there. There's nothing. Oh, if that come down, if I've been paying attention, or I bought the dip there at 27. Pay attention, Tony. Nice little dip. Buying opportunity. Did that actually come all the way down? I'm gonna have to look back at the video later. I didn't see that come all the way down to 2680s. Calvert's, look, you're never going to get the full move. It is that simple. You're going to miss the tops and you're going to miss the bottoms. So you're never going to get the full move. If you can get 10 cents every single day in your favor, the likelihood is you'll make a good living. If you get 20 cents, even better. I mean, I got a good 25 cents there. Yeah, I got 25 cents on that move. So that's good. That's a good move. 25 cents on any given day. That's 27.60. You can't get upset if you don't get all the moves. If it after you get out, if it goes again, you can't get upset about it. You just got to wait for the next entry. That's what I'm waiting for right now. I want confirmation that the pullback's completed, which in my case I'm looking for increased volume. But if you look at this, these moves up, higher volume on the moves up, then lower volume on the moves back, on the pullbacks. So I want to see increased volume. I want to see a break of new highs, and that will be my cue to enter. But like I say, you need to be doing it on higher volume. All right, okay. So the banks are now deciding to break out. Let's come back to this account later. Let's look at. There's a nice inverse head and shoulders here, which I like the look of. Gonna break of the $0.50. Ah, that was a bad fill. That was a terrible fill. Yeah, right at the top of that wick. So it went up to 75. Didn't, well, 75 on the ask, it went it. I see this testing. Ideally, I want to see this testing 16 bucks, but will we get it? $74, 72 on the bid, 74 on the ask. Currently 79 on the so this swing high. $86 on the ask. Take some off there. It's a range 24. I'll put a 20-cent trailing stop in. Just above my entry. Let's see if this moves up, because the halt level is 14.7. No, that's not right. 16.34. So then, if this pulls all the way back and stops me out, it's kind of break even. I've got 3 cents above my entry price there, so there you go. That's okay. I don't mind that. Got stopped out, but that's a profitable trade. Okay, so Cody, you're asking, do I use preset? Yeah, I've got hotkeys and hot buttons. So it might be depending on the hotkey, depending on what I'm trading. It might be the bid plus 10 cents or minus 10 cents. I try and buy and sell on the bid where possible. This one breaking highs again. I wonder why it wouldn't let me in then. We're up at the higher there. Didn't enter there because we've got to break this opening range high. See, rejected at the same place it was at the bell. So I'm looking for a break of this opening range high. Now that we're over $16, the ATR is 28 cents and increasing. Spreads, a couple of cents on the spreads. Not too bad. Just about to put a stop limit buy on that. Is it halted? Yeah, it's halted. Okay, what about... What's the halt level on this? 30, 35.54. 10 or 3, I can come back to that. I got partial fill. See, oh, it's coming back for me. It's coming back for me. Come on, Phil. How many bloody fills is this going to take? Partial fill. Come on, fill my order. What? Terrible, terrible stuff. I want to see this over 35. Spreads on this are horrible. They were like 11 cents when I got in. Now they're like 20 cents. Gotta bear that in mind. Range of 50 cents, 47 cents plus change. I'm looking at 70 cent leeway here. Not ideal. I'm in at 34.50. Needs to bounce on the 9. I want to get out of this. 20 cents down on the ask. Only 20 cents down on the ask. So spreads are horrible. I'll cut this. It breaks new lows. There we go, stopped out. Not every trade's going to go your way, like I said. Not at the moment, Invest Addict. Just, that's still making up. Yeah, there's no resumption on First Republic. There's no resumption data, level 2 data at all. Tesla breaking highs. Oh shit. Not paying attention. Lost out there. Well, I'll say I lost out. That flush just got me then. I should have come. Yeah. Not paying attention. Oh well, that's halting to the downside now. Credit Suisse. Schwab. Yeah, probably best not to say anything if volatility income. Absolutely, if Yellen's talking now, that's probably well, fair enough. Vols. Yeah, if Yellen's talking, there might be a bit of the SPY might get impacted. Let's have a look at switch over to the market and see what the SPY's doing. There we go. Yellen's talking, the SPY's selling. I'm a bit annoyed at myself for that, honest. Hey, look, you can't win them all. Made a little bit on it at least. Made about 40 cents. Back west. Schwab seems to be the strongest of the bank stocks right now. There's not a lot else moving. Let's go back to on holdings. How much did we make on holdings early? 600 bucks. New York Community Bank spooked you? Yeah, well, you've just got to brush it off, buddy. The banks, the problem is, if you can't handle the volatility, don't go for volatile stocks. There's stocks that are moving less volatile. And if you can't handle the volatility, stay away from. Take a good look at the average true range. If the average true range is too big for you to handle, then don't look for. Look at the way it's trading. Does it have big swings one way and then a big swing the other way? That's another thing that you've got to factor in. Oh, here's Paul again with his Exhaler. Yeah, it's moving. It's moving. Absolutely, it's moving between 5 cents and 5 cents. It's on the move from 5 cents to 5 cents, Paul. Yeah. So I know you're holding bags from on this from kind of whatever you were holding bags on, but this is going nowhere. It's a garbage stock. It's got like about 60 billion in the float or whatever it is, like a trillion billion in the float, and it ranges like less than a tenth of a penny on and that's on a 5 minute. There isn't let's just say that there isn't an ATR on this. This is how good of a stock this is. There isn't even an ATR to take advantage of on the 1 minute. So no, Exhaler's not moving. It's a garbage stock. Don't listen to Paul. He's holding bags and hoping that someone will help him get it back up to the heady heights of 50 cents. But no, it's not going back up there. And I don't care what Merrill says about it, it's not moving. So let's have a look at Ambi. That's made of Ambipar. Emergency response. We made some money on this a couple of weeks ago, actually. Oh, Thomas, so what's a good number for the ATR? It's a good question. What is the number of different factors? So you've got to factor in, look at this, the Merrill Street, maybe, yeah, absolutely. You've got to look at the spread. So first and foremost, from an ATR point of view, if your spread needs to be covered by your ATR first and foremost. If you've got a spread that is equivalent to or bigger than your ATR, problem. No, you don't want to be trading it. You want to be looking at the price. So if you've got an average true range that has got an ATR that is a higher percentage of the price, let's say if you've got a $10 stock and the average true range is $1, then you've got an extremely volatile stock. It's like 10%. You really want to be for a good volatile stock. You really want to be looking at between kind of 1 and 5% of the price point of for a volatile stock. But it's got to cover your spreads. Volatility is our friend. Let's not get spooked by too much volatility, but if it's too volatile, you're going to have more risk. You've got to be comfortable with higher risk, because the more volatile the stock, the more risky it's going to be, because it can swing in both directions. So just bear that in mind. I had a good day yesterday, did Ambipar. Not great volume though, so FRC. This gets back above 16, it could be interesting. That previous level, key level of 16.15 still holds true. ESG trading? I'm sorry, I don't understand. Give me a second, let me have a look at what you're actually talking about. Ah, right, okay, so yeah, I don't pay much mind to that. So investing in environmental, social and governance companies, or ESG. Quite frankly, if you are a if you're into saving the planet, investing from a point of view, so from a day trading point of view, it doesn't matter. If you've got an ESG stock that's moving with volatility, then you can take advantage of it. But from an investment point of view, it might be something that you look into on a personal level because you feel that you have a moral obligation to be looking at ESG trading. So, you know. Well, I hope so. Let me just have a quick look at the chart here. XRP versus the US dollar. Oh, nice. I'm in profit on my XRP. Happy days. Well, barely in profit, but it's up at 42 cents. So XRP up at 42 cents now, which is my average buy-in. What about Cardano? Is that where's that? Because they were being left behind by Bitcoin. No, I'm still way off on Cardano. Bitcoin up at 27, but tapping 28. So I'm a little bit behind. My average is just over 29, so I'm getting close to break even on my crypto. What about Ethereum? Ethereum 1800. Oh, I'm in profit on Ethereum. Just barely. Nice. Didn't see that coming. That's the good news story of the day. My crypto portfolio is almost in profit. Okay, so you haven't followed me for a while. Can I summarize this current challenge in 1 or 2 sentences? It depends on what you mean by the current challenge. Are you talking about the bank stocks and the liquidity crunch on some of these lower mid-range banks? In one word, I can summarize it in one word: debacle. So essentially what's happened is they've taken bonds out when the interest rates were low, government-backed bonds, thinking that it's a safe bet to be able to offer the relevant interest to their customers. As the rates have increased, government bonds, the yield from government bonds has increased, which means that the bonds that have been invested in by these banks are below market levels. So they find themselves in a hole and they're running out of liquidity. So then they look to raise, this is what happened with SVB, for example. It looks to raise capital, which then creates a confidence issue, and people start to withdraw their deposits, which means that there's a run on the bank and they don't have enough money because the money was in these bonds, which they can't sell for market value because they're next to nothing. So the 2.5 account small account challenge, we're 600 up on that at the moment. What did I just do? That's the wrong button. Not able to trade. Well, I could trade them, but I'm not really going to get much on the small account challenge on these banks because there's no leverage. So I have to trade them as like a cash. Well, yeah, it probably will break the pre-market high as well, Harrison. It's been a slow mover as UBS today. this key level, 615 key level. It was the opening range high. It was also the level it reached on this first pump up before a pullback. The range on this is still almost 30 cents. You've got to be cautious with these stocks and cut them when it looks like it's not going in your favor, because if you don't, they will continue to sell off. The range cuts both ways. Like I said, the range is currently 28 cents plus change, and the range is both ways. The spreads are like 2 cents, but what's the halt level to the upside is 1673. The halt level to the downside, 1513. At the moment, they do change with the price action. All right, I want to see this back up at kind of 1650s. 1640s would be nice to start off with. So it's like it's struggling at 1630. A lot of people in at kind of 1590, 1595. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the break of 1630 there. FRC over 1630. It's kind of coiling under 1630 at the moment. Finding a little bit of a wall there. I'm not seeing huge seller walls at 1630 though. That's purely market maker action by the looks of it. Big seller at 1620. Some support at $16. Some significant support at $16. Didn't hold. On the level 2, flip jug. The depth of sales, it shows you orders that have been placed in the depth of sales. It's on the level 2. No, it doesn't show orders around the current price. That's the whole point of the level 2. It shows orders for a number of levels below or above the current price. So right now, I can see orders up till 1650 on the level 2. But based on the window that I'm looking at, I can probably see them higher, but there's orders up to 1650. No, that's not visible on YouTube. No, I'm not allowed to show that apparently. Well, I got in for the break. The pattern there was the curling back up. They had the sell off and it started to curl back up, and then it broke the previous key resistance level. That's when I got in, 16.15. So 16.30 has been the resistance here. 16.15 is a key level because I mean there's been a key level pretty much since the open. Let's see what I really need the bathroom as well. Can somebody go and take a pee for me? Don't want to risk too much. Yeah, well, pulled a little bit too far back. That's what happens when you trade volatile stocks. They go both ways, but you've got to have the risk that you're prepared to have. At the moment, I'm not too worried about losing $170. You're showing your age, Alistair. Bob Holness. They tried to bring it back with someone else as the host, and it just didn't work. I can't remember who was the host. Have a pee, please, somebody. $0.10. That's $7, $6.78. Selling off. At the moment, all the top movers are downwards. Look at the momentum scanner here. All the top movers are moving down. So all the momentum is south side right now. Bob Holness was the host of Blockbusters. Blockbusters, that was it. So let's see what's happening here. I'm just going to go quick bio break. I'll be back in a second, hopefully before we get some movement one way or the other. Okay, so it says I'm $170 down at the moment, but because of all the fills that it took to get filled when I was trading FRC earlier, and Western Alliance for that matter, the fills are probably about $1,000 down, probably about $1,000 down right now. So this is looking like a bit of a double bottom for formation on FRC, so we'll keep watching that for a potential breakout. If something else comes along, we'll look for that as well. Right now, there's nothing jumping out on the scanners. So we're going through a little bit of a lull in terms of volatility. Everything's choppy sideways. It's probably right now, if you've not taken a trade, just sit on your hands and wait for it. I should have been about 6,000 up by now with this move, when I got this move here for this breakout. And the halt, I should have been able to take profits up at 17, and I was not paying attention. So that's my own fault. Darrell O'Brien, that's it. Well done, Alistair. It just wasn't the same without Bob Holness. Can I have a P, please, Bob? It's just not the same as can I have a P, please, Dara. You know, it just didn't work. Well, that's a bit fierce, that music, isn't it? Let's see what's going on. What's going on? I'm still looking for that break of 650. Anything else moving? Not really. Not on any kind of volume as such. We've got the south side. Short sale restriction, that's the problem. Altimmune just continues to sell off, which is apparently they're posting good clinical trial results, which, go figure, it's vomiting value. At some stage, this has got to turn around. I mean, this was an $11 stock yesterday, and it's just posted good clinical trial results, and it's now a $5 stock. So it's down 54% on the day. Who knew? Let's see. We've got half an hour left to trade. Well, we've got all day left to trade, but half an hour left of the stream. Let's have a look at MLAC. Moonlight Science. No volume on it, but it's popped up. So let's have a look at why it's popped up. Moonlight Science's initial offering amended. That was from last Friday. No catalyst. Don't trust it. 50 million float. 49. No, don't trust it. There's no catalyst. Oh, there's a double bottom formation there. $16.72, still the whole level. Upside. $16.50 is what I'm looking for. 44 on this candle. Last candle. Okay, 39 again, 40. Looking for 50, 45. Let's take some off there. Takes me back into the green, I guess. Bit more. $0.75 level. $0.20 trailing stop, 24 cents on the ATR. Yeah, we'll see. Just reach the highs up there at the session highs. So yeah, I figured we might get stopped out, but I'll give it a little bit of wiggle room because we got rejected up here at this just over $17 here. So I thought if we got to $17, I'll take some profits and then put a stop in place. And that's what I've done. So we're back up to 2,700. So it's swings and roundabouts day. We're back in the green. The halt now is 1723. That double bottom is now played out, so let's see. I don't mind this actually right now. Over $17. High of day currently 17.10, which is this candle. By 17.10, I'm in at the high of day. That's just typical, isn't it? You can't drag your stop loss. You email your broker. They need to enable that functionality, navigator. Have you enabled it in the settings, in the chart settings? So you need to enable it in the chart settings on the chart, and then you need to get your broker to add the permissions. Yes, Alistair, you got the double top, but it's coming off a double bottom as well. So I was looking for a little bit extra. Always use stop losses though. I know you'd see me not doing, and that's me making mistakes. When I'm not using stop losses, that's me being arrogant. Is what that's me being. It usually doesn't end well. I like these downwicks on the last couple of candles. Buying pressure. Well, let's see. Is it enough? That's the question. Is it enough buying pressure? Are we going to break that $17 and hold it? This was put this into context. This was $140 back in February. $140 a share back in February. Pac West is up there at $12, testing $12. So PACW testing $12 right now. I don't like this right now. We're getting, flat bottom. This descending resistance into a flat bottom. And I typically break downwards. I don't like that. Kind of swings and roundabouts at the moment with the P&L today. It's a very choppy day, guys. Very choppy day. Just be careful out there. Not easy to make money on the markets today. Pac West making moves to the upside. Over $12 now, 12.10. Testing 12.10. Break of 17 here. And this is more like a double top. Or it could be a nice big cup and handle. We'll see. There's your cup. Here's your handle. Nice breakout at 17 would be nice. Get above 17 and hold. I think we might be at the races for 17.50. Pulling back again. not as strong as it was yesterday when it rallied, and it's certainly not as strong as when it rallied on Thursday. The upwards momentum on Thursday was out of this world. It went from kind of $19 to $40 with consecutive volatility halts to the upside and gaps up. Brilliant if you were in it. Not so good if you were short. $16.90 on the ask. Need to be over 17. $91. Pulled back from 94 on the last attempt. There's now 6 on the ask. My average is 99. There's 17 on the ask. There we go. Alt level of 1758. I'll take this now as it pulls back. There we go. Nice. Let me. I'll show you here in a second. So you go into chart area. So you right click it. So navigate it. Right click chart area. Let me just see. You right click chart area. Yeah, right click chart area. Go into config area, and then you should see you'll be able to check show orders or show move order. Let's have a quick look. Enable order entry and order line movement. That's what you want to be doing. Okay. In fact, what I'll do is I'll show you here on this chart. Go into chart area, config area, and then you can show trades, show orders, enable order entry. You don't need to show your trades, but you need to show your orders, and then you need to enable order entry and order line movement. And you need to get it. If you're on the demo, you shouldn't need to get broker's permission. But if you're with a broker, you need to get your broker's permission. Right, great. I missed that now. I've got to wait. 1780 hive down. It's very choppy money. Very choppy. $17.75. 1780 is the high on this candle. 1779 actually, so looking for another high. Or a previous support. So let's map this out here. $17 support level, 17.10. So resistance. So looking for support at $17. Back west is up at 12.30s now. Doesn't look like it's coming back. Western Alliance up at 33.70s. It's not the day to be chasing. To be fair, guys, it's not the day to be chasing. Genius Group is moving. Let's have a look at Genius Group. So this popped up big. Question is why? And if there's no catalyst, do they have a shelf offering? So Genius Group. Nope. No catalyst. Let's have a look at the SEC filings on Genius Group. Form 6, Form 6, Form 6. Lots and lots of Form 6. No, I can't find one. Might be okay. The lack of volume before that, without a catalyst, you'd expect there was a catalyst to kickstart this additional volume here, but we'll see. That's Genius Group, ENS. See that? Previous resistance here at 1710, pulled all the way back to 1710, and then moved up again. It's worth drawing the lines on your charts as you see it. $17.50. The resistance level there for the last two candles. But you know what? I'm going to lock it down for a little while. I need to take the dog out. So we're at the top of the hour. I might come back for power hour later. I'm feeling a little bit energized. Let's see. Is it worth taking another position? I don't think it is. The volume's not really coming through now. Still got lots of volume, but it's just not choppy. It's very choppy, guys. Just be careful. Ambi, yeah, Ambi's moving up now. Yeah, very choppy. 70-cent range on it. Volume isn't great. Just be careful because the volume's not great. The spreads are 30 cents. The spreads are up to like 30 cents. The volume's not great. The range is 60 cents. So yes, there's opportunity there, but it's big risk for big reward. Just remember that. This is Ambipar emergency response, and if you're prepared to take the risk, big spreads, low volume, if it pays off, it'll pay off well, but it could go very easily against you as well. Okay, so just be careful with Ambi. Now let's see, do we get a double bottom here at 17.10 for a continued move up back up to $18? very choppy today, guys. I'm 3,500 up at the moment, plus the 600 off the small account. So I'm 2/3 of the way there for today. It's not been easy though. It's not been easy. Did you get that navigator? Did you manage to sort out the issues on the stop losses? Let me know. Well, I think I'm done for the morning, guys. I think that's me done. No, I'll give it till the top of the hour. Remember, if you want to join the Discord, I'll take the dog for a walk, and then I'll be in the Discord a little bit later. I want to see a little bit of support here at $17 on the 20. No worries, money. No worries, buddy. You too, Alistair. Enjoy the rest of your day, buddy. Yeah, it's pulling back a little bit further than I would have anticipated, but there's not to say it won't go again later. It's PacWest is pulling back. They're all the banks are pulling back. New York Community Bank, Western Alliance, Schwab is just broke the VWAP. The markets themselves. So let's have a quick summary before I sign off. So New York Community Bank is just very choppy sideways all day since the open, but it's down at the bottom of this range at above $9. That's New York Community Bank. We've got Western Alliance is above the VWAP, but it's choppy sideways. Difficult one to maybe get something with that later. We'll see. We've got PacWest. It had its pop up, it's coming back down again, it's back under $12. We've got Schwab, again below the VWAP now. So again, very sideways and choppy. So that's been the market today. It's not been a day to be shooting for the fences and trying to hit home runs. It's just base hits, and I've been up and down. I was marginally red at one stage, went green, marginally red. I'm now 3.5 grand up, so it's not a bad day. It's just not a good day. It's probably racked up $1 grand in commissions and charges on across the course of the day. Credit Suisse, not a lot really moving at all. So somebody was asking about USX earlier. I said it's an acquisition. It's just flatlining now. That's what happens. So if you look at this, that's what happens. Acquisition, you get the pump up, then back to the actual acquisition price, and it just flatlines. That's $6 flat line. That's why it's up 300% on the day, but there's just no trades there. It's just now ranging within fractions of a cent. So yeah, what else did? Where's my? What else? Yeah, so we traded this on the small account. We got $600 out of it, but it's just not sustained. Again, very choppy sideways once it reached that kind of got over $27, between $27 and $27.50. So yeah, is there anything else that you want to see, guys? Anything before I sign off? Anything else that you want me to take a look at for you? I'll be back. Let's see if I can do a power hour stream later. So what time's power hour? 7 o'clock my time? Probably not. I've got a meeting with one of my students. So I've just remembered I've got a meeting with one of my students during power hour. So there's no power hour stream. I'll be on that call with one of my students doing some one-to-one mentorship. So if you want to avail a one-to-one mentorship, sign up and become part of the community, be part of the Day Trade with Tony community. We're happy to have everybody. And I will sign off now, take the dog for a walk, and see you guys tomorrow, an hour before the market opens, for another 2.5 hours of live trading. So that's 8:30 market time, last hour of the pre-market session. I may be trading, so whoever was on earlier, I may be trading before that, but the last hour of the pre-market session, I'll be streaming live, and the first 90 minutes of the regular session. There's a couple of IPOs today. Nothing happening with this one at the moment. MGRX not started yet. GDHG, it's not listed, so yeah, we'll see what happens with those a little bit later. The markets right now downwards. They're green on the day, but they're actually pulling back a little bit. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, guys. Now before the market opens. In the meantime, take it easy, take care, and stay profitable.